Please play again. Yeah.
Quality, innovation, respect, and integrity. Take steps to invest in your career. International Management Consultancy is the leading global marketplace for learning and instruction, helping professionals across the industry to develop skills and expertise to get recognition and growth in the corporate world. We are one of the leading training providers and gradually spreading our training facility amongst candidates based at different geographies, such as Canada, United States of America, United Arab Emirates, Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, Lebanon, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Philippines, India, and many other countries across the globe. IMC is accredited by the highest industry standards. We put in the efforts and we work to prove our commitment to offering our clients only the best and of superior quality. With a uniquely immersive curriculum that combines live instruction from the leading experts, peer-to-peer collaboration, on-demand lessons, unlimited online trainings, and 24/7 learning support. IMC helps over thousands of professionals learn their skills needed to advance their careers and reach their full potential. In line with our commitment to excellence, IMC offers a number of training courses preparing professionals for certifications and exams given by the international associations in areas like management, finance and accounting, human resources, sales and marketing, quality administration, and as well as project management. By fully attending these courses and successfully completing the requirements of the certifying body, participants will receive a special certificate which recognizes their dedication and commitment and in many cases help them earn valuable continuing education credit. IMC Consultants has been working together with their clients from various industries in aligning their people and processes to compete through high speed, excellent quality, and low cost. We strongly believe that the key to our success is our total commitment in delivering value to our clients based on integrity, honesty, and openness. If you are uncertain about which roles or skills are best for you, hurry! Come visit our website or talk to our expert education consultants today. Take a step, invest in your future, empower your knowledge, and be one of our success stories. International Management Consultancy, excellence is what we deliver.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Hi. Good evening to all. Hello. Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all.
A great evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Right. Can you see slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see the slide just okay.
Yes, it is visible.
And audio is also okay, right?
Right, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yes, everything is okay.
Okay. Okay. Once again, welcome to all. And yes. So how are you doing today?
Good, sir.
Okay. Okay. So all of you know that why we are here, right?
Of course, sir.
Okay, that is great. First thing, yeah. And all of you know that what we are going to study or learn, understand, correct?
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And so what we are going to study, what we are going to start from today. It's-
Basic information of PMP.
Yeah. So that is
We're
yeah.
going to study. We're going to study the principles around the project management and how they're going to help us govern our projects or to work in our project ecosystem.
Yeah. Yes. That's great. Great. Yeah. So just we are looking for the 3 words, right? PMP, right? So project management professional, right? So once again, welcome to all on board, and I hope you can hear my sound without any distractions. Probably, maybe, yeah, it will be okay for the whole, for the training period today, at least, yeah. So my name, you know already, right? You all know about, yeah, myself, and I'm going to be that the mentor for this project management professional training program for this whole period of time, like 12 days. And, I am, of course, PMP certified, and apart from other certifications, and also I am one of the authorized certified trainer for the PMP, yeah, delivering PMP training for PMP side, right? And I have involved in many projects, like around 20 years I was with different projects, different industries. So I have seen that the raw in the real project, how this we can make mistakes in project management, and engaging with different stakeholders part of the project. So let us discuss in coming days one by one. And it's very important, we can share the knowledge. And I'd like to hear from your side, but unfortunately we have large audience. But it is good always, I can see your name. So it is good if you can share your, at least the domain industries in chats. You can use the chat message, chat box, and you can type your, the industry, so that I can understand that you are belong to which industries. Particularly, I can tell some of this, for example, examples, or I can little bit tailor according to your interest to get your benefits. Yeah. Right. So, right. Yes. Yeah. If we have small, like within like 10 people, I definitely I should ask you regarding your background and all this, the experience and all this, right? And so it is very clear that your expectation is to understand project management, how to manage a project, and what are the tools and techniques we can use for the project management, and ultimately. That is the dream, right? To pass your PMP, and you can then later on get the benefit, from having this PMP certification, right, for your career development, right? And also it is good for your personal achievement, and also it is good for the organization, right? It has a dual, right, benefits actually. So that's the reason nowadays organizations prefer to send the people to complete that PMP certifications. Not only to complete the training, actually, to complete the certification process. Yeah, you know that what are the process. I will explain later stage also. And remember that in 1 day or 2 day or 3 day, we are not going to cover this. And you may have many doubts while studies. So don't worry about that. Probably at least end of the day, at least we can cover some portion of this, and that will really help you to manage to understand how to manage a project, and how to control a project, and how to lead the team, and then that will really help you to pass your PMP certifications. Yes, so let us have some working agreement between us. So as a team, let us have a working agreement for the next few days or next few months, for example, till you pass your PMP certification, right? And set goal. So already you set your goal, right? To pass your PMP certification. And then you should put your commitment, very important, should put your commitment and add your motivational factor. So what are the motivational factors you can add? So that will enhance you, that will catalyst, that will act as a catalyst to this process. And be prompt, and we can start on time. The class, I'm talking about the class. And also it is very important, I didn't mention that you be an active listener. So active listener means you can ask the questions. So when you can ask the questions, if you carefully understand the concept, correct, then only you are able to ask the question. So please don't hesitate to ask the questions. When you can use the chat box or raise the hand, or you can disturb me to ask the questions. It's good always. I like you to ask the questions. And finally, you can get the goal, right? So you are setting the goal, and then you will not divert, you will not walk away from the goal. You will get the goal also, right? So that is very important. Set the goal and get the goal. Right. So just let me now finish this all over the basic things, no? Very important. And this is, we call it like a team agreement. We can have this throughout our training program. And also, if you want to write down something, you can maintain your notebook and pen. And also keep everything ready for your computer. Just create a folder and you can rename it to PMP. Then keep all the documents, the textbooks, for example, the notes and some supporting things, documents, case studies, examples, and white paper, whatever the case, yeah, because you're going to take a challenging profession, that is project management professional, project manager, right? So being a project manager, and the title is very nice. Sometimes getting the job is also nice, but when you enter the real project management, that profession, you will see a lot of challenges, right? And so you have to face all those challenges, but same time, this is very nice profession also, right? So you can enjoy. Right. So our agenda is very important. No? You should have some understanding where we are moving towards, right? So classified our topic into, you can see in the left side, 8 part. So that is, first is we'll talk about introduction. Yeah. Then fundamentals. We talk about the project management fundamentals. Then in section 3, we'll talk about initiating the project. And section 4, planning the project. Section 5, executing the project. Section 6, monitoring and controlling the project. Section 7, closing the project. So this is all about the project management. Then we are adding agile part also here. So that will cover in the section 8, agile project management. So this is all together one package actually. So don't separate agile. So this is also embedded in project management. Yeah? So we are going to deliver this, but later stage, when you join in an organization as project manager, then you will include this agile is also in your project management. Yeah? So keep that in your mind. See nowadays the trend is changing, right? The world is changing, the trend is changing. So we have PMI has released a new exam content outline. This is called new exam content outline. This is normally we call it is ECO, exam content outline, ECO. So every 3 years, it's must all the standard organization who is controlling the standards, who is issuing the standards, just like for example ISO standards. PMI is for the project management standards. Even if we have some standards, we can get it from the ISO, but PMI is the authorized body to issue all the standards in project management. Yeah, right. Because they are keep on doing the research, R&D, and publishing so many standards, frameworks based on understanding and also their because all the standards are done by, or that the manuals or the reference guides done by the project managers for the project managers, for the people, for example. So exam content outline, and that you can get it from our shared portal. Otherwise, we will share the document. You just note down that exam content outline. So don't forget that this is called exam content outline. So based on our exam content outline, we are going to ask you the questions based on, this is certain introduction, that is okay, and creating a high performing team. How you can create a high performing team. Then we'll starting the project, how to start the project. Then doing the work, very important, that is executing, doing the work, that's the real, hands-on. And keeping the team on track, right? Very important, leading the team, and keeping the business in mind, because why we are doing the project, business could be like tangible or intangible. So this is very important, this see from 1 to 5. So this will map somewhere here in this all areas. Makes sense, yeah? So ultimately, when I ask you some questions based on, you are able to pick from here, because already we have completed all this, right? And fundamentals, initiating the project, planning the project, executing the project, monitoring and controlling the project. Sangeeta, yes, I will mute it. Yeah, right. Just make sure that there is no sound is coming. It's good for you and good for others and good for me also to deliver. Yeah, it is always harmonious ambience, right? So here now, see, we are talking about all this we can map here, right? So keep that in your mind. Exam content outline. Again, we have sound. Right. So section 1, we are going to talk about introduction part. Yeah.
Sir, here I have some question here. Can I ask? So
Yes.
after completion of this training, we are going to get the 35 hours of certificate, right, sir?
Yes.
So after that, it's necessary to write the PMI exams, or that is enough whatever we are going to get from the IMC?
35 videos is required to apply for the PMP exam. PMP exam. For the PMP exam, yeah. So see, now you are taking the training program. So we will issue the 35 videos, because it is compulsory for you to apply for the PMP exam in PMI. Eventually, that the certification, you have to go for an exam, and it's very exam. It's like an approximate. You have to appear for the exam center or online. It's proctored online exam is also available, and then you can pass your exams. Yeah? So 35 videos we are issuing. That is essentially to make you to eligible for writing the PMP exam. Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So I answered your question. Yeah.
Sir, one more question, sir. Let's say I do this training now, but I'm not going to give the PMP certification exam maybe in 2 or 3 years. Is that possible?
3 year, it's not possible. Probably like 1 year maximum, maybe you can apply for that, because 3 year means a lot of change happen. Yeah, a lot of change. Maximum 1 year, it's okay at least. Yeah. Maybe maximum 18 months. We'll try that. You can apply for that. Depends on that decision coming from PMI. Yeah, so that is when you apply this, they will validate, and they will check for this whether it's you have taken this what we call your training. Then they will check for that any change happen in terms of that PIM book, and any change happen in terms of the exam point of view. So they will refer that. And also see, 3 year is it's very long period, right? So many changes you may forget, but it is always good to have maximum. I will say that, no? within 1 year or maybe maximum. This is my experience I'm talking about. 18 months, it's maximum. You can try, but you definitely will get. But after 1 year, then you can try. Okay, did I answer the question?
Yes, sir. The problem is that I don't have any experience in project management right now. So what I was planning is maybe I'll take this classes and then I will go for CAPM, and then maybe after maybe 1 or 2 years of experience, maybe I'll then go for PMP. So
Right. Yeah. So you can go for the CAPM exam first, right? Then CAPM exam you can easily pass the exam. So after completing this training, directly you can pass the CAPM exam. Then after 1 year, once see again, I will tell you, if you have the CAPM, then you don't need the training. You can go for the exam. If you have CAPM, then you can write the exam. It makes sense, yeah? If you have the CAPM certified, the situation is changed now, right? You are certified in CAPM, then you can write the exams, no problem. Based on your CAPM certification, you can write the exam. You got my point?
yes, sir. So actually, my question is, after this classes, I'll just go for CAPM first, and then get a experience, and then go for PMP.
Yes. Within 1 year you can go for that PMP exam. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. Within 1 year you can, because so CAPM, then you can get how many years experience you have it now? If you calculate for at least 1 year.
I have 12 years of experience in my field actually, but I don't have any experience in project management. That is the thing.
Right.
I don't know if that counts as a project management, because I used to work in a management level position in my field, that is marine engineering field. But I don't know if that is considered as a project management or something.
Yeah. So can try it for that. Yeah. Try. So right. So
Yes.
This is coming from Project Management Institute, that is PMI, Project Management Institute, and taught audience, project manager, assistant project manager, team manager, project executives, software developer, IT manager, any professions like pharmaceuticals, academic, manufacturing, oil and gas, construction, IT, health also, and any industries now, that people are now looking for this PMP certification.
So, sir, two quick questions.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this PMI certificate has any expiry date?
Yes. So it is valid for 3 years.
Once we get the certificate,
See now,
PMI.
today you certified.
Okay.
Certified today. Yeah. So it is now. You have to renew it, right? So this is valid for 3 years. Yeah. 3 years. In 3 years, you can renew. So how you can renew? 60 PDUs, just to get 60 PDUs.
60 PDUs from IMC or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere, anywhere you can get it. Anywhere in the world you can get it. Yeah. Right.
So what is the career path for a project manager further? Let's say if I go for a Scrum Master role, then how would I move into project management, or what would be the career path further?
Yeah. Right. So see now, nowadays you're talking about, for example, if you have the PMP, then you have the Agile certification, then you have the CSM, Certified Scrum Master. Then you can become the Scrum Master. So nowadays that is very important, Scrum Master, right? You can become the Scrum Master. All this with these 3, you can become Scrum Master also, or project leader, for example. Nowadays project leader, right? So always focus on that actually. So see, PMP is the
What is
core
the-
certification.
What is the career path further?
See, you know that project management profession is growing, and so many industries now looking for project managers. And project manager means even small, that is, you have the role, PMO role. Some PMO organization is also looking for some project managers to be placed in PMO organization, right? So career path is good actually. A lot of vacancies coming actually for the management position coming, yeah. So you can, many industries. You are belong to which industry?
I'm from the IT industry, and I've been working for clients like investment banking client and healthcare clients.
Okay. And so you have, maybe sometimes you can be the technical project manager if you are good in technical side, right? So that is also, so you know that how to manage the project, right? So very important, no? Because even though people are managing without PMP, so it is good to have that PMP to manage in a very structured way, right? Okay. And apply for the PMP certification, you should have that bachelor degree and 3 years project management experience. Yeah. So what is the importance of PMP? So that is globally accepted certification. Yeah. So not that gold rated certification anywhere, no, throughout the world, right? Any industries. Yeah. So if you have the PMP, then people know that, no, the organization know that you know how to manage a project. Because without understanding the concept, you cannot pass your PMP certification, right? The moment you certify, then that makes difference. Right. Apart from that, PMP, from PMI, they have the Certified Associate in Project Management. That just now we discussed, that is called CFDM. Then PMP certification. Then Program Management, yeah, PGMP, that is slightly for the program level. Then we have the Portfolio Management portion, that is PFMB. That is again that other hierarchy, no, above that program manage. So project, program, and portfolio, that is the hierarchy level. Then this is the Agile certification, that is called the PMI SAP, Agile Certified Practitioner. Then for the business analysis people, we have certification called the PMI Professional in Business Analysis, that is PMI PBA, PMI PBA. Then we have that risk management. Risk management means it is RMB. Some people are interested and they want to work with like a risk specialist or analyst or expert. They can go for the certification for risk management professional RMB. And also some people want to be part of that estimation team, right? Scheduling the project. So also very important. So those people can think about to certify in scheduling, that is PMISP. Apart from this, many other certification for Agile related also available in PMI. Yes, Agile related, because you know that Agile, no, the world is now moving to Agile. Right? That is all about that exam fees and all. And see now, the PMI will validate. So 3 domains. So that is very important. Now itself you should learn this. How many domains? There are 3 domains. 1, people. Number 2, process. Number 3, business environment. Yeah. So people, process, and business environment. Do you think that the people is important in the project? People, because they are managing the project, correct? So the soft skills needed to effectively lead a team. This is approximately 42% of the questions you can expect for the PMP exam. Then process is technical aspect, right? And your project management, so many processes you are using, and technical knowledge, for example, right? So this is almost 50%. How effectively you can use project management. That is what we are going to discuss, right? In the process, right? Process oriented. You know, process means predefined actions, right? If you have a process, that means it has many steps, right? It can have input, it can have input, tools and techniques, and output, right? So if you are following that in a structured manner, having that proper input, and also you are using the proper tools and techniques, and definitely you will get a better output, right? So that is the reason people now prefer to use that the process. All the organization, they have some process. For example, process getting that no objection certificate from the municipality, for example, right? So always we follow the process. Getting the driving license, we have process. So the process automation is important nowadays, right? To automate the process. So see, sometimes unnecessary process will delay that things, right? So that is not required. That is not recommended at all. Then the final one is business environment. Do you think that the business environment is also important project management? What do you think? Connection between project and organizational strategy. See, organization always set some strategies, correct? What is the meaning of strategy? It has vision, mission, goal, everything, right? So they have to achieve this, right? Very important. Strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 3, right? The organization need to achieve the strategy, right? It could be like a short term, long term, so what are the things? That is the ultimate goal of the upper management, right? There are upper management, they're always looking for to achieve or to execute the strategy, right? To get the benefit, tangible or intangible. Tangible means it's money related. Intangible means it is like, what is called some reputation, correct? Some reputation or some sort of what they call people trademark, right? So that is all we call it an intangible. Right. So this is very important. People 42%, process 50%, and business environment 8%. Yeah. So this is the way we get the questions. Don't forget this, very important, and keep all this in your mind. People, process, business environment. So after this PMP exam, you will get the progress report based on people, what is your performance? Process, what is your performance? Business environment, what is your performance? Right. And exam format is just for understanding. And you will get questions from traditional project management, agile and hybrid approach. And also it's like, 50% from predictive and 50% from agile and hybrid. So that means, that exactly 50% and 50%, right? It's complete. 180 questions and approximately 230 minutes. Right. So question will be combination of like, multiple choice and multiple response, drag and drop, hotspot, fill in the blanks. Yeah. So there's no negative mark. And any of from our group has taken the PMP before or completed the training before? Any of you?
I have attended the training before.
In which year?
That was maybe in 2018, I believe.
Okay, long approximate. Yeah? Right. So,
I never sat for the exam. That's why I'm.
With the PMBOK 6 or 5?
That was 5, but it was about to change to 6.
Okay, about to come. Yeah. So you still remember or forget?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Sat for the exam. That's why I'm attending the training.
Right. So you can now this go to exam after the training. Yeah. You can, yeah. So just get the exam content outline, and reference book is PMBOK 6th edition. Yeah, that is plus Agile Practice Guide. And this is an optional. I am just putting this PMBOK 7 also. It's an optional. Yeah, it's released. You know that, right? PMBOK 7 is also in the market. But for this, actually, the exam based on PMBOK 7 is not being announced. Probably like next year only. Next year, we may get the exam based on PMBOK 7. And then you can continue with the PMBOK 6 and Agile Practice Guide. Plus other books also actually. Plus 8 more books actually. And we are using all these references to deliver your training program. Right. Have you seen?
It will be based in PMP box 6 or 7?
Yeah.
It will be based on 6, right?
6. It is based on 6 only. Yeah. This is just I put for now to get some idea, right? Optional. Yeah.
And what are the main changes?
Main changes is see here all this is like process, knowledge areas, process groups. You've seen that the process chart, right? Input, output, tools, techniques. It's almost removed from this. PMBOK is not like that. There is no like that. There is no process chart at all. Even if there are some process and steps, but we are not showing in a process chart. It's like you have seen this like before, right? And this is input, and this is tools and techniques, and this is output. So that is changed. Yeah. Okay. That is all changed. Yeah. Right. This is mainly oriented with this is people, and this is knowledge areas, correct? Correct. Knowledge areas.
So PMBOK 6 is quite enough for us.
Quite enough, more than sufficient. Yeah. If you
What about
have,
Rita Macule? Would that be required?
pardon?
What about Rita Macule?
Rida is for the supporting guide. No, that is all up to you. That is different. Rida is taken everything from PMBOK. Correct.
Okay.
Rida is what is called just like they release their guide based on PMBOK 6th edition, right? For supporting for the students, giving some examples and all this. Otherwise, see, PMBOK 6th edition is the standard edition, right? Standards. This is standard. Rida is like a guide, right? When we learn in the college, we used to buy guide, right? As a supporting document, right? For the exam point of view, right? For passing the exam. But to understand the real standards, you should read PMBOK 6th edition because it's written in such a standard, what is called terminologies. And I am also one of the contributor for this PMBOK 7th edition. Yeah? This the latest version, right? And so this all about what is the meaning of PMBOK? PMBOK means project management,
Book of knowledge, body of knowledge. Sorry.
management, body of knowledge. Management, body of knowledge. Yeah. And so this is PMBOK 6th edition. Yeah? So it is like a reference guide. So what is PMBOK actually? Reference guide you to understand, understand the project management. And don't think that everything is there in the PMBOK 6th based on your project. Maybe a small project, maybe a big project, sometimes small project, you don't need this much, right? Maybe some big project, you may need some additional also, right? So keep that in your mind, right? Yes. Any questions so far regarding the exams? We'll discuss this again at the last day regarding the exam preparation. Yeah? How to apply for the exam and all this. We'll discuss again in the last class.
Yes, I have one doubt. As
Yeah.
per you guided, there are 3 domains: people, processes, and business environment. Actually, I am reading about this exam content outline also. So there are domains also. Domain 1, task 1, management conflict, lead of team, supported performance. I mean, we will cover like this, or we will cover like in as per PMBOK 6.
No, see, we are if you learn, because see, now after that understanding, then we'll map to the new exam content outline. You got, otherwise you don't understand the concept. You got the point, because the PMBOK's 7th edition is for the expert actually. Yeah. If you read PMBOK 7th edition, you don't understand. But if you have a good understanding of PMBOK 6th edition, you learn project management actually. You learned everything, right? Then whatever you read after understanding PMBOK 6th edition, right? You can easily understand the concept. So once you understand this, everything we can based on people know, and what is called process and business environment. Yeah. So we have many nodes. This is actually that's task and subtask. Yeah, I am coming to that point also. Right. So fundamentals in project management. Yeah. So probably easy question, right? What is project? What do you think? What is the meaning of project? You are all dealing with project. So what is the meaning of project?
A special assignment should be complete on a given time.
Okay. Okay. So that means you said that it is a special
Task or project, a task, a special task with a starting time and an end time.
Start
and the end time should be there.
Yeah, start and end. Okay. Any other definition?
So it's an endeavor that is undertaken basically when we want to create a product or some sort of a service, and we have definite start and end dates, and it is really going to bring business value to the organization.
Correct. So project means it is probably, you know, almost all the time you are doing something unique, right? You will not repeat that. So always we say that it is a unique, because you are going to create some unique product, service, or result, right? So from the project, so what you will get? You will get a product or service or result. A project is always a temporary. Can you say that project is a permanent action? If you have a start date and finish date, for example, it will be like, you know, it can be 1 month, it can be 1 year, it can be 2 years, it can be 3 years. So that is the reason it has a start date and finish date. Maybe sometimes it can be a small project, right? And passing the PMP is also you can consider as a project. Right? So you are doing a lot of things, but we will explain in the project management, right? Okay. So it is temporary and it has a start and finish date, correct? So it has a start date and it has a finish date, correct? Start and finish. Keep that in your mind, yeah? Project has start and finish date. It is temporary. So when we complete the project, what the project will deliver?
Value, business value.
Yeah, it will deliver a product. It may sometimes it may deliver a service. Sometimes it may deliver a result. So this is actually we are trying to create from a project all over the world. Any of these three, you know, they're doing the project to create either a product, to service, or result. So what is that product? What is the meaning of product? What is the difference between product and service?
Product is tangible, service is intangible.
Product is tangible and service is intangible. Any other option? Any other?
Product is something that is directly used by an end customer and something of value. It is something that makes sense, something that delivers value. Service is something that, let's say me as an individual or an organization delivers to a, let's say a client, for example.
So when you buy a mobile,
So product is a physical item that we delivered, and services are with the help of the services we deliver the project.
Yeah, product
Yeah.
can be seen and touched, and service cannot be seen and it cannot be touched.
service cannot be seen at. Okay. Right. So
But
that is
but in IT industry, software can be a product. It cannot be
industry
touched.
software. Yeah, software is a product. Yeah. Okay. So see now, when we this Apple, they're looking for. They are now preparing a project to create a new version for example. Yeah? So some maybe like new version of Apple, iPhone. So creating that, is it a project? Maybe it will take like 6 months or 1 year or whatever the case, correct? And so when we talk about a product, keep it in mind, normally the product, the ownership will be transferred, right? So that is normally the product, correct? So when you buy a product and they will transfer the ownership to you, right? So when you buy, for example, when you take that internet connection, we'll say, do we say that internet product? We'll say that internet service, right? Are they transferring that ownership to you? Internet service?
No.
Are they transfer? No, right? No. You're consuming that, right? And based on the consumption, you will pay for that, right? That is actually a service. And it can be like transportation service, correct? So that's actually the product and service. Yeah, keep that in your mind, just for understanding. And then what is the result? Result means, see, now you are undertaking a project for this, for example, and to study how much infrastructure needed for particular area, and for 35. So you are learning this, you are understanding, you are studying this, correct? And the project is for 1 year. So you will take a lot of studies, infrastructure, transportation infrastructure. So you will learn so many things, and finally you will deliver a project report with a recommendations, for example, some many 3D studies, whatever the case, right? So that will be a result. So the project can for a product, it can be for a service, and it can be for a result, correct? So that always keep it in mind. Yeah. So it is always temporary, and it has start and finished it, correct? So that is it is called a temporary, because you will start in 1 day and it may finish in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So whatever the case, yeah? Sometimes it will take a long time also to finish a project. So the project, if you have the projects, so how the benefits to the organization? See, now in a small stage, and in course of time, see, getting more projects, organization can expand also, right? So from one position to another positions, right? And maybe your current stage now, and in order to get here, that is your vision. For example, this is your future. And for here now to reach here, what do you need? Maybe you have to undertake many projects to achieve that, right? So as you said, always create a business value. So what is the meaning of value? Value in project.
Something that adds benefit to the company, whether it be assets or skills or something like that.
Yeah. So output, coming to output.
Maybe weightage, money.
Okay, then what else?
It is that weightage or money.
Okay, yeah. Coming to that. Yes.
So value which add advantages on a product or services.
Okay, the value, if I say that the value is perceived value, but maybe you are buying something and you are giving value for some items. Maybe the same product, someone else is buying this, maybe for other, right? It's always perceived value. I'm coming to that point now. So what is, for example, output? Just now you told that for IT industries, you are developing a software, correct? You are developing a software. So software is for sales systems. So one company is developing a software for sales systems, correct? So what is the output from this sales system software? What is the output? What is the output?
Increase the sale of the company.
No, the output is what you have to deliver. That is the
software itself.
Software and
the software. Or I'll say that sales software, right? Sales software. So what is the outcome? So now that organization started using the sales software. So what is the outcome? So that means it is,
managing sales.
For example, 15% sales increased. Correct? Increased. So in this case, this value, can they measure this value now? Yes. So what is the value? That means how much money, correct? The benefit there, maybe how much? Maybe I'll say that per month, 100. For example, 100 or per year, something like that, So what do you think when you are working in a project, what the organization will do? You simply deliver the product or simply deliver the system. Is that enough for the organization when you manage and deliver the project? Always the organization look for what is the outcome, what is the value. So what value means, sometimes the organization may call you, my dear friend, you are a project manager, but you are doing a good job, but where is the improvement? Correct? When you deliver something, when you're planning to do something, and the moment you deliver that product or service to the organization is expecting to have some improvement. Correct? Otherwise, why they're spending a lot of money for you to hire as a project manager to continue? Correct? Yes or no?
So we can say this, it should be give benefit to shareholders.
Correct. That is actually the excellent point. Actually. The benefit to the stakeholders. So many people are part of the project. Correct. So they may ask you that what is the value? What is the benefit we are getting? For example, that is the reason the organization is spending a lot of money, and the project is completed, the product or service is ready, but there is no improvement at. Then they may stop this actually, because the management decided to stop that. Instead of further spending money, we can stop that, right? So that is very important. Keep that in your mind. This is nowadays the trend. Before not much actually. Just simply output and maybe that outcome, but they will measure the value or benefit. Yeah. So keep these 3 points in your mind: output, outcome, value, or benefit. Yeah. So people are talking about the value. So how you can get the value? The collaboration is important, right? Between peoples, right? Without collaborating, the supplier, the manufacturer and buyer and seller, you cannot create the value, right? That means you have to correctly identify the requirements. Correct? We are coming to that point, right? So this, as I said, the value can be like tangible value. What is the meaning of tangible? The money. And also you are developing some tools or software. The software is part of tangible or intangible? Tools. Software, yeah? That is tangible, yeah? What is the intangible? Goodwill and trademarks. Reputation is also part of the intangible, right? Keep that in your mind. And so this is always temporary and just about. So why we are creating the project? What do you think? What is the reason for creating the project? Your organization is planning for the project, maybe for examples, because of the regulatories or social requirements. Correct? Regulatories, social requirements. So they are creating some project. Social requirements, social commitment, right? Because of that, for example, they're going to deliver the potable water to the community. Yeah. Stakeholder requirements or needs. Stakeholder also is demanding for something. They want, for example, to improve their services. So improve the services, they need to now start a project. And also to fix something. Some mistakes happen, right? To fix that, right? Something like happened in the organization, for example. So in order to fix that, and you may need some project, right? Maybe some process improvement, whatever the case, yeah. And also see now some technological advancement. For example, from Oracle, the organization want to from Oracle to the Unix server, or they want to implement the artificial intelligence. Why artificial intelligence? To get some benefit, right? And automation purpose, right? So this is the way the organization normally think about to create the project. Don't forget this strategy. Do you know that what is the strategy of your organization? Strategy. Upper management, what they decide to achieve the long-term goal, right? That is very strategy. Long-term, in 5-year period of time, for example, telecommunication company want to become one of the best, or I should say that Asia's first telecom provider, correct, in the world, for example. So what are the case? Yeah, so we can plan for that. It's always for a strategy. So strategy is always for a long period of time. You cannot get a strategy in a short period of time. Always you will plan for it. So in order to get that strategy, you will always plan for a short-term plan and medium-term plan, and then achieve the long-term plan with strategy also. Keep that in your mind. This is normally we call it is a what do you call? You have the operational plan, then you have the tactical plan, then you have the strategic plan. You know what is the operational plan? Operational. You know, this is something
Day-to-day
like,
work.
yeah, this is 5 year, for example, and here now 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4th year. So see now, this is a short-term plan. Maybe you'll say that, okay, in 3 months, I have to achieve this. In 3 months, I have to achieve this. So that means everyday activities, you know, to achieve short-term goal. So that is the operational plan. Then now first year, second year, third year, 4th year, 5th year. The first year, what do you want to achieve, right? So that is a tactical plan. Yeah, you got medium term, right? It's a tactical plan. Then first year you have to achieve something, second year achieve something, and then you have the strategic plan. On 5th year, we want to become the one of the best telecom service provider in the world, for example, right? So that is the strategic plan. So without a proper operational plan and tactical plan, you cannot get the strategic plan.
Strategic plan is the vision of the organization, is it?
Vision of the organization, correct. This is all at the management level, right? Vision, and we will embed it with, that is actually the vision, right? Vision also, we need to have that, right? Without having the mission, we cannot achieve the vision or even strategy. Right. So, yes. So, try this. Can you example for a project that provides output as product? 1 or 2 examples.
Example. Let's say, for example, a website.
Website, excellent. Website. Once upon a time, Taj Mahal was a project, yes or no? Taj Mahal. And but nowadays, see big construction projects, and see now your HR system, and they're developing some improvement. So it's a product, and let us it will be part of their HR service, right? We don't say that HR product latest, yeah. So the product is part of the service. So that is the service, right? What is the service they are providing, right? Internet service, for example, and transportation service, for example. Sometimes, see, we are providing the training service, right? We don't say that training is a product, right? It's service, right? And research, we discuss already, right? So that's the difference between product, service, and research. So what is the meaning of project management? Good question, yeah? Project management. What do you think? Yeah. So what is the meaning of project management?
Managing every step of the project until the product is delivered.
Okay. So, for example, if you are hired as a project manager, what you should do? Yeah. So, project management.
First, I should be knowing the vision and mission of the product and what is the duration. Then only I can plan.
Then only you can plan. Right. So, you look for the vision and mission. Okay.
Basically, understand the objective, what is the goal that has been set, and coordinating with the different stakeholders and aligning towards the goal to make it achieve it in a proper schedule with given cost and other things.
You will understand about the project objectives or organizational objectives.
Both.
Organization objective.
Project.
Project objectives. Then it's good to know that project organization objective also, correct? Because
Yes,
then
yes.
you can do some alignment in that, right? Yes, that is
Yeah.
good. So always project management is always always prefer to achieve the project objectives by considering the organization alignment, right? Organization objective also. If it is going in different directions, end of the day it is problem, right? It is a conflict, right? Right. So project management is the application of knowledge. What is the knowledge? You can have your technical knowledge and you can have your project management knowledge. Yes or no? So what is the project management knowledge? That is what we are going to study, right? Different knowledge areas, different process, correct? And that is we are going to study in your domain. Also knowledge, it's also good to have that. Actually it will give an added value, plus how effectively you can manage a project. And we are going to see certain skills. So what is the skills you need in project management? What do you think?
The leadership.
Main thing will be coordination.
Coordination.
Time management.
Coordination.
Resource
And
management.
resource management.
Analytics.
What is it? Tactics. Somebody said tactics. Then
Time management.
Leadership.
time management.
And
Time
resource
management.
Leadership.
Situational awareness.
Leadership. Okay.
Ensuring that
Situational awareness, right?
Yes, sir.
Situational awareness. Okay.
ensuring that the budget is aligned to the project timeline.
So
Costing.
budget constraint, you said, yeah?
It can also be specific to the project in hand, the skill set that might need.
Risk management.
Risk management. Risk management. Okay.
And the skills
Way of-
really required for a specific project. in hand.
Planning management.
No, way of communication management.
Communications. Yeah. Communications.
Cost estimation.
Cost estimation. Okay. Cost estimation. Team development. Yes. Team building. Yes.
Strategic balance.
Yes, please.
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning.
Quality management.
Quality management. Yes, that's very important. Quality management. Yes.
Logistic awareness.
Which awareness?
Logistic.
Logistics. Logistics.
And always we should be having a plan B.
Plan B.
Always finding opportunities.
Opportunities. Find opportunities.
Agile mindset.
Yeah. Mindset. Yeah, that is good. Mindset.
One is procurement management and another one is finding out the stakeholders.
Procurement management. Okay. So many things, yeah.
And stakeholders management.
Stakeholder management.
Resource allocation.
Resource allocation. Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. So see now, so many we can, right? So from here, can you some of that very effective skills apart from the knowledge, for example, the stakeholder or cost estimation, something like strategic plan. So what is the skills you can pick from this list? skills in terms of like what is called interpersonal skills, soft skills, for example, soft skills and
Communication, coordination.
Communication, coordination,
Leadership.
leadership, yes. Then mindset, okay. Situational awareness, correct. So this is actually we can categorize under the skills, right? So when we talk about the remaining, we have the knowledges, right? Because time management is a project management, right? And risk management, it is part of the project management, right? And that is the knowledge. And what is called, for example, strategic planning is part of the project management. And uncertainties, how to handle this, the risk, positive risk and negative risk, requirement management, stakeholder management. This all we can categorize under the knowledge. It's part of the project management, right? Skills, maybe we can say that, for example, negotiation. Is it a skill? Negotiation?
Yes.
Negotiation is
leadership. Leadership. Team building. Problem solving.
Product knowledge.
Pardon?
Product knowledge.
Critical thinking.
Excellent. That is good. Resolution. Yeah. Critical thinking. Critical thinking. Then
Decision making.
decision making. Because in project every day it's very important, right? You have to take the decision making.
find out the risks.
Meeting. Management, right? How to conduct the meeting, right?
Risk management. Risk management.
Risk management, all this is part of the project management, right? Even though it is coming under that, but just we can put it in the what is called the knowledge set, right? I'll put it in the knowledge set, not under the skill set.
To make a skill matrix.
Skill metrics, yeah. Skill metrics.
We can say time management.
Time management, yeah, I can. But same time, it is because time management we can have different context. So I will put it here also, and keep it in mind. It is coming as a schedule management under the project management. But let it be here, time management.
So data management.
Quality management.
Quality management, everything under the knowledge. Yeah, knowledge means, but the project management, technical and project management. Yes.
So we can say this data management, or I mean previous project skills, experience.
Yeah, that is also coming under. Yeah, that is also your the power, right? The power, right? The skills you earn from this. Yeah, many. For example, the knowledge, correct? And you're like expert, right? These are all the power you can. Yeah. That is
according
cool.
to you, skill is a
yeah.
According to you, skill
and knowledge.
Then what else?
To set the targets to achieve.
Yeah. Achieve the target. Yeah. So once you have this, for example, problem solving, team building, leadership, negotiation, you can achieve that target, right? That is some sort of skills you should, right? And very important, if you have all the skills I mentioned, but you have some skills if you are missing, lacking, because we are in the stressful environment nowadays, right? So what do you think to handle environment? What do you think?
Empathy.
You need empathy, right? So this empathy all coming under one category. So that is called have you heard about that? Emotional intelligence.
yes.
Have you heard about that? Emotional intelligence or emotional quotient is all coming under that, yeah. Intelligence, because the empathy is coming under this social, our awareness, our self-awareness, and see, everybody knows about our IQ and SQ, but this is very important. emotional intelligence. Yeah. So even if you have that high IQ, but if you don't have that emotional intelligence, it's very difficult to achieve the success. Yeah. So even you have the less IQ, if your emotional intelligence is high, you can achieve, right? Because see nowadays we are in that stressful environment. We are working in the stressful environment, and we need to deal with the people. Correct? If you are emotional, then how you can deal with in a productive environment with your team, right? And also, if a team may be like tired or they have many emotions, for example, so you have to have some emotional intelligence. So what is the meaning of emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence means to understand the emotions in you and also to understand the emotions of others. That is not enough. To understand the emotions in you and to manage and control the emotions in you. And also if you understand the emotions of others, and then you can deal with this person accordingly. So what are the emotions? Can you tell one or two emotions?
Angry.
Angry, yes, sir. That is mainly
happiness. Yeah.
Yes, angry, and
Excitement.
yeah, excitement, sad, and happiness, and so especially the angry, right? So if you are angry, see now you might have seen the project manager is throwing his mobile while talking to a third party, a customer, or maybe with a supplier, manufacturer, or whatever the case. Correct? You might have seen this, right? Project manager is always talking. Maybe sometimes he is very angry and throwing his mobile, right? So this is actually lack of emotional intelligence. It's very difficult actually. If you don't have that emotional intelligence nowadays, that's the reason organization now conduct emotional intelligence workshop for the employees, apart from other their training and development programs. Like, so just for understanding now, I talk about this, and we are going to see many skills during our study program, right? And we are going to use many tools. Do you need tools for the project manager? Every profession they are using, people are using the tools. When you go to hospital, they are using tools. What did the doctors use tools? What the doctor use their tools?
Stethoscope.
Stethoscope. Yes, they will examine. Then what they do?
BP monitor, heart rate monitor, ECG, MRI.
Yes, ECG,
scan,
monitor. Yeah, and they'll do some technique also. So what is the technique they will use? For example, you are going to lab. They will send you lab for what purpose? Take your blood. Then do that some testing. They get the result. From the result, they will interpret, right? They will forecast. If you are going like this, it happens. Forecast. So that's the reason they will diagnose some medicines. Correct? Maybe some medicine is like a painkiller, antibiotics, and now they may give you like antibiotics and painkiller, but they want to understand the root cause also. They will keep on investigate, right? Why it's happening, something like that, right? As a project manager, you are also like a doctor in that. So who is your patient? Keep always your patient is project. Project is the patient, right? So you have to always observe the patient, always understand the patient. You can do some experiment, right? Some analysis. So we are using many tools and techniques for that. We are going to study that also, right? Understand about the project status, for example. Can you tell one or tool or technique you are using in your project management? One or two tools or technique?
PERT, CPM.
Yes, using PERT or CPM, critical path method. You are using Gantt chart. For this, you are using your Microsoft project, right? Gantt chart you are using, and yes, correct. Some technique also you are using, right? And you are using kickoff meeting, and also we are going to see some of the techniques like analysis. Correct? We are using many analysis, forecasting. Then we that is variance analysis, for example, to understand about current status of the project and what was the planned status. Then you will see the variation on that actual, right? So that is actually giving you some idea about where your project is, whether it is going good or bad, right? So it's very important project management. So we are coming and to see many tools and techniques also. Why we are doing all to achieve the project requirement, correct? Keep that in your mind, right? So they are using, as I said, you specific knowledge, skills, tools, and technique. Yeah. So keep this in your mind. And so now we talk about projects. Projects is temporary and unique, ongoing. What do you think about if the project is like, for example, if I ask you one question, what is the difference between project and operations?
Project is temporary, operations is continuous.
Operations are the part of the project.
Yeah. So project, after completing project, what do you get? You get a product. Where the product goes?
To operations.
To the operation. Have you observed this?
I think this is what is related to DevOps.
Yeah. Yes. See now, operation. For example, I'll say that sales department. And as I said you that there is a sales, right? It's a project. So what is the product? Product is sales software. Is a product. So after this, it goes to the operations, correct? So the project now is completed now. Then they will transfer the product to the operation. So what is happening in the operation? Sales department, is it continuous or it is temporary?
Continuous.
It is continuous. Every day they are doing this. Why they are doing this? To sustain the business. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sustain business. Otherwise, they cannot survive with this. To sustain the business they needed, right? Always operations are like that, right? So is ongoing, right? And repeating the same, right? So that is actually happening. Okay, keep that in your mind, the difference between operations and project. But what is the similarity? Both planned, executed, and controlled, right? Both of them need and performed by manpower, correct? That is, we know that already, yeah? Right. Can you try this question?
The project manager.
Project manager.
Project manager, okay.
The team and the manager along will be doing the project work.
Okay, so that means you mean the project team, for example. Yeah,
Sponsor.
Project management team.
Owner will be sponsoring the project.
Stakeholders.
Project management team is different. Project team is managing the project. That means it is an upper management, right? Taking the decision and all. That is the project management. Yeah, that is the project management team. Don't be confused with project team. And project manager is also part of the project team to do the work, right? Project management team means to maybe like upper management, that is to manage the project for taking the decision and all this. Yeah. For because if there is an issue, that issue will come to the project management and for the decision making, right? So that is the project management team. Okay. Next is, who is sponsoring the project?
Stakeholder. Project owner.
Project leader,
or we'll call it
Owner, sponsor, or owner, or
whatever the case. Yeah.
Stakeholders.
Stakeholder, maybe some of the senior stake, whatever the case. Yeah. Just we normally call it's a project or that normally we'll call initiator, project sponsor or project initiator, for example. Yeah. Right. So who is the stakeholder? Stakeholders.
Operation. Directly or indirectly affected by the outcome.
Operation team.
Investor.
See, now you have a project. project, for example, to what is called to implement new transportation system. For example, rail. This is so. What do you think? Who are the stakeholders for this project?
So what is that project? Transport system? Is it new transport?
Ministries.
Sorry for that. Yeah, transportation system.
It could be the ministry.
To implement new system. Except that, yeah, transportation. Right, transportation system. Yeah. Now asking stakeholders. Yes.
Stakeholders here will be the end user itself and the government ministries.
You can say that project sponsor.
Stakeholders are all
project manager.
You can say as a government.
Sir, all
Project
shareholders
team.
as well as who will use this project.
Government, supplier, regulatories. So no,
The
regulatories.
shareholders who will use this project. All are stakeholders.
Regulatories. Yeah, and see the community is also there. Yes or no?
Even the legal team is also there.
Yeah. So that means, what do you understand from this actually? So whoever is impacting or impacted by the project, correct? Maybe those people are impacting the project, or vice versa also. This system or people or the community is impacting to the project, right? So what do you think, to identify the stakeholder in a project is important or no?
Very important.
That's very important, sir.
So if you are unable to identify the right stakeholders and their requirements in your project, what do you think? The project can be?
No, sir, because goal is not clear.
Goal is not clear. So it is very important to engage and communicate with the stakeholder all the time. What do you think, is that statement is correct or wrong? You have to engage and communicate with the stakeholder all the time, or once in a while is okay?
I think once in a while is okay. Once in a while is okay.
See,
Continuous
if
is
you follow
not.
the Gantt chart, if you really look at that, it has its own milestones defined. You will have certain frequencies, governance meetings defined, that at which frequency, which group needs to be notified, what are the processes that we are maintaining, who are the right stakeholders for that notification. So if you're talking about implementing a new system, is my raw material utilization and the software, do these two participants need to know each other's functions? No. So you might have different cadences for different departments. So that is where your program management skills, that is where your documentation will come into the picture, wherein you define which of the groups are there with whom you have those cadences, those milestones, timelines defined, and the kind of information that has to be shared at those specific milestones.
Yeah.
So we need the individual responsibility on a particular project. So whenever we need to connect with this stakeholder, we should connect.
Whenever you need, but always the new trend, that always we say that you should have a continuous engagement with stakeholder, because you may get the new requirements. Correct, no? Maybe sometimes see whatever you planned, maybe you have to replan it. You have to identify the new stakeholder, identify the requirements. Requirement means it is like sometimes you have to submit a document. Sometimes you have to add some functions in the product, what you are Sometimes you have to add some services what you proposed now, what you are implementing now. So this is the way you should identify the stakeholder, keep on identify, understand their requirements, prioritize based on the business value and add into your project, right? We are coming to that point. We are going to discuss in detail, yeah? So, right.
Sir, I think, hello.
Yes, yeah, please.
I think, sir, it is necessary to identify a stakeholder because the financial requirement is the main thing for any project.
Finance
Because
department is also a stakeholder.
No, no,
HR
actually
is a
planning is the other part. But first of all, we need to discuss how much cost it will take. That's why we.
Correct, true. That is accepted. Yeah, that is all. We are coming. This is actually we didn't start it. Yeah, identify the stakeholder is one of the process we are going to study in detail. Yeah, it's coming. Right.
Hello. Hello. I'm audible.
Any question? Any questions so far?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you.
Hello. Hello. I'm not hearing you. Hello.
So what do we say the definition of stakeholder is as per this?
So you are asking the stakeholder definition, right?
Sir.
Okay. Right. So stakeholder means stakeholder, yeah.
Stakeholder, maybe internal customers or external customers.
Yeah, that also a person or group.
Whoever gets benefit or affected by the project
or organization that can impact to the project. Yeah, that can impact the project. Correct. So that is all we have to identify the stakeholder. That can be external or internal. Who are the internal stakeholder? For example, can you tell one of internal stakeholder within that project, within the organization? Correct. For example, project manager, project sponsor, other project managers. What about the external? Depends on, for example, sometimes government is your external, right? And regulatory is your external, right? And shareholder will be the external, right? So that is the external. We are coming to that point. Right? Don't worry about that. We are going to study in detail about the stakeholder, right? Right. So
Sir, can we go for the small break, please?
yeah, I'm coming to that break now. So let us go for a 15 minutes, yeah, break. 15 minutes, then we can. Yeah. Can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we'll join after 15 minutes. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was looking at your WhatsApp chat. Some message actually I missed. I was looking at your yeah. I can see. Hashmukh, not only internal, we can have that external parties also stakeholders. Yeah, who is actually project. Yeah, so keep that in. The reason we can classify stakeholders into external stakeholder and internal stakeholder. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Say this back after prayer. Said, are you here? Or I think he's still.
Yeah, sir.
You're here. You complete prayer, right?
Yes, sir.
You the break, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, correct. Sundeep Kumar, you have so many things you have marked here, right? Like regarding that software Primavera MS project. So many things notable. Yeah, good points. Avinash, can we say technique as a process? Yeah, technique as a, yeah, correct, yes. Technique, we can use some technique, right? A process, actually, a technique contains, technique is a part of the process. Avinash. Avinash. Hi, Avinash.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Technique is part of the process. Yeah. So we need to apply some tools and techniques to complete the process. Correct. So that is the process. Yeah. For example, your driving license. So it's a process, right? To get the license, you have to follow the process. So for this, you may apply some technique also, right? For that, yes. That is actually part of the process. Yeah, Sundar Kumar has mentioned so many things. Good, yeah. Company culture directly relate to emotional quotient. Yeah, culture is also important. Excitement, frustration. Sandeep Kumar, yes, anger. Avinash. Rohan, yeah, empathy. Yeah, we discussed that. And Sandeep, again, management change. It's good. Imran said that, yeah, Imran is discussing about, right. Aditya is not only to shareholders, but to everyone who has this. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, everyone is part of the project. Yeah, that is from Aditya. Revenue, Avinash, revenue profit. Yes. Srinu, value which is measurable, right? Chiranjeevi, addition of good, whether it is money or reputation. Yeah, that is also true. Value is something that enhances. Yeah, correct, Aditya. Srinu, satisfaction. Yeah, customer satisfaction is also important. And correct, yes. Chiranjeevi's product means it is a quantitative task. Product, quantitative. We are talking about qualitative and quantitative, right? It's like some numerics, right? And yes, Sadish, for the right. I hope Sadish and Srinu also understand about videos. Yeah, right. And regarding Praveen, I have a CPM, CAPM, and I got expired last month. I just hi Praveen, are you here?
Hello. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. How are you, Praveen, doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Yes, I saw the message.
Yes.
It is expired, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Actually, you can renew it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Renew it. It's possible. Yeah. Normally, the certification never expire. Thing is, already you have to provide that videos. I don't know how much videos you have to provide for the to renew the CAPM. I can check for that.
Okay, sir.
Right.
How PMP will be different from CAPM, sir? Like in the exam?
Yeah, CAPM is for entry level certification. Even without experience, without project management experience, you can appear for CAPM. CAPM is Certified Associate in Project Management. Yeah? That is an entry for the project professionals, because some people want to change their career. So immediately they can certify this. So this certification will help them to enter into that project management profession. And for getting the certification, there is no project management experience is needed. But for the PMP, this is the flagship product. Yeah? And CAPM is easy to pass. PMP is not like that. And also, PMP is the hardest examination in the world, actually, for in terms of that what do you call this development software. There is no other the exam like PMP. Actually, PMP is not easy to pass. And also, to appear for the PMP exam, you need to have 3 years project management experience. Some experience, then only you will understand this, what we are discussing about. Yeah, some sort of you should be part of the project at least. Yeah? You have to see you had seen the project before, right? Because then only you will understand. If I am talking about all this thing to a very fresh person, then it's very difficult to understand, right? Until otherwise, the project is part of your career. Correct? Praveen, you are getting.
Yes, I got it, sir. I understand.
Yeah.
And for this PMP, like no problem, sir. I will write it.
Yeah. Srinu, yes, we are after actually 35 hours training is equivalent to 35 videos. Yeah, so we are going to cover 35 hours within this 12 days. Yeah, so that's the reason we have made the program like this. Yeah.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Like, can we get any kind of mock exams for this PMP parallelly when we are taking this course?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. We will provide that exams. Yeah. So just complete your training, and when you need this, let us know. Yeah.
Okay. Sir.
Before that, taking the exams, you should practice in that mock exams, right? Simulation exams.
Yes.
Because it will really help you that it will simulate, right? In the real project, you will see many questions based on the situations. Although most of this 90% of the questions are based on questions from PMP exam. So you are going to get situational questions. Now, once see the situational questions, you have the options. So that means you are applying whatever we learned, like the concept, the frameworks, that the methods, the tools, techniques we are going to apply to situation, right? So it is not easy to choose which is the right one. So in order to find that, you can apply some elimination technique, and also you will always look for what we call the appropriate one. Correct. So maybe you can eliminate 2 options, but you will try with 2 of the remaining options. From these 2 remaining options, which one is the correct one? It is not easy. Maybe you will make mistakes, right? So for this actually experience, right? You have to practice this in the simulation environment.
Which websites can we look at the mock tests?
Many sites available actually. We can also provide. I will provide some mock exams. Yeah, so you can, after completing this, you can contact. Yeah.
Sir, I have a small doubt. Can you hear me? Hello.
Aditya, I can see one question from you. Can we give you the main USA-based PMA exam after we complete your 12 sessions? Yes. Yeah. That means you can give that PMA exams after completing the training sessions. And but do some study also, very important, right? Before going to the PMP exam, try some mock exam. See, in the mock exams, if you are getting 80% mark, then I will say that you are going to pass in the first attempt. You got the point, right? Hello, are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
So for
Can you hear
example,
me?
yeah, yes, yes. You take on mock exams. For example,
Okay.
mock exam, you will get 60% first time. Can you go immediately for the PMP exam? No, we don't go for
No.
it.
Yes.
Again, you repeat another test, 2, 3. I will always say that take 4 mock exams before PMP exam. In on
Yes.
exam,
Yes.
you get 60%, correct? So that mock
Got it.
exam, after completing the mock exam, then you can review the question and see that answer also. So while
Yes. Yes.
question and answer, you will identify yourself why I made the mistakes. So which area I need to improve again, right? So those you can.
Yes.
Then you
Yes. Okay.
again take study once 2, 3 days again. Then take another mock, and also you can in the same mock exams. Take the same exam again. Yeah.
So do you have any good links for mock exams that we can refer to before giving that main exam?
Yeah, we provide some mock exams. We'll give that. No, just
Okay.
we will provide some mock exams. Yeah, so don't worry about regarding that.
Okay.
So,
okay, great. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just complete this training. Then you let us know when you are. Then we will send you the link where you can.
Okay.
It's an online link. Yeah? You can take the exams. And apart from this, you are because always you have to see many other source also, right? You can take another source also. And some can look for other mock exams also. You can practice. So we'll let you know that once we complete that, we'll let you know. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Govida, you are asking something or no? Chiranjeevi, yes. Faisal, okay, no problem. Vinash, yeah, some people, yeah. Yes. Imam, you are asking something? Imam?
Yes.
How many questions? Yes, 35 PDs we are going to get, right?
Yeah, I was answering.
Srinu, regarding the 35 PDOs, Srinu is here, right? Regarding 35 PDUs, yes, of course. After completing that, that training, you are getting 35 PDUs. Will we get any mock exam from IMC? That is from Sundeep. Yes, Sundeep, right? Your question clear, right? Satish, what does PDU mean? PDU means Professional Development Unit. Yeah, PDU means Professional Development Unit. Right. PDU. Can you see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Videos, yeah. If it is a plural, it is like that, yeah. Yes. Right. Okay, so that is all about the questions. I don't know whether I missed some questions, a lot of questions actually. And if I missed, sorry for that. If anything I missed, yeah. So I am just conscious. So you are all. We have many people from different industries. Very good. Yeah, right. Right. Okay. Okay. See, now we are looking at project hierarchy. You have seen project, right? You are all familiar with project. For example, your organization has projects. So this is project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, and this is the operation. For example, yeah, this is the operational unit. So who is managing the project?
Project manager.
Project manager.
Project manager. What is that objective of that the project? To achieve the project objectives, correct? Depends on this business case. So why the project is needed, right? So that is the project objectives. So who is managing the project? The project manager. What is certification? PMP, for example, yeah. So this is what you have seen that, right? But your organization is thinking some projects, related projects, maybe these two projects, for example, IT project. These two projects may be like construction project, yeah, construction. What do you think this can be managed in an isolated manner, or it is good to club this project together? What do you think?
Good to club together IT and the construction.
Okay, so that means this projects, maybe this project. So what we'll do is you will know you are making a hierarchy under hierarchy. So that is called a program. And what about this one? Is it the same program of that program? This is another program. What do you think? Is it good? So what will be now the program benefit in this case?
Less time, less expenses.
You can reduce the expenses because you can do certain what is called allocation, right? Resource allocation also, and reduce the cost also, right? So that will be the objective of the program, correct? So is it good to the organization?
Yes.
So actually if I draw a line like this, and this is the organization, right? Upper management, right? This is the upper management. So what they give? Some benefit, right? Always from the project level, from the program level, right? So now how many program? 1, this is program 2. Now again that another organization may think that, okay, it is better to manage all these programs and operation also, right? Program 1, program 2 and operation also there. Like, what do you think? If yes, hierarchy is there to manage all this, to make sure that program is using certain same policies of that project level, correct? So what do you think in that case? Another hierarchy. So that hierarchy is called portfolio. Have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Portfolio. So portfolio is what they will do is always they're setting the portfolio to prioritize the project and program, based on the business value, correct? So their important thing is to prioritize the project and program. So what do you think, for example, your organization can have like options of project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. So who is going to prioritize? So prioritization is for what purpose? See, you have
To
three.
create the value.
Yes. Business value, right? For example, now you have 3 options. You can go for PMB, you can go for Six Sigma, you can go for Prince 2. So which one you have to choose? PMB, Prince 2 and Six Sigma.
PMP.
Now you will look for this which will give you that benefit to the profession, right? So then you can prioritize, because if you are unable to prioritize, by mistake you go on for example Prince 2, after completing Prince 2 you don't have the market for this, right? So always go for that, depends on the market value, right? Business value, which will give the benefit to your profession, right? Correct? And also sometimes that is personal, sometimes it will be the professional or the organizational benefit, right? Always like that, no? And also if you have some portfolio, right, it's very important, right? Then you can do certain alignment as well, right? and look for this program is using this. No, everybody is using certain policies, procedure. Right. So who is now managing the program? Who will manage program?
The program
Might be
Sponsor.
No, program, there is a category program manager. So what is certification?
PGMP.
PGMP. You might heard about this probably, right? PGMP. That is also from PMI. It's PGMP. So what about portfolio? Who is managing?
The portfolio manager.
Portfolio manager. So what is certification? PFMB. Maybe you will hear later stage. Yeah, PFMB. Portfolio manager. That is again the right. See now. So we talk about portfolio, program, and so let me show you this in a picture. Project, program, portfolio. So this is now we are talking about. So here we have project. So project is unique. Project, do projects right and unique, no project objectives, right? For example, this. Then this is the shared benefit. Do projects together, right? While doing that together, what will be the benefit? So that is the program. So where is this project? Then this will be the program, right? Upgrade program, and then there is data center program. What was the case? Yeah. Then do the right projects. Correct. It's good. No prioritizing. Correct. You will prioritize. So that is a portfolio, and we can have maybe portfolio 1, portfolio 2 also, right? Portfolio. So now we have the portfolio. Sometimes like department wise also you can prepare for this, and also sometimes you can see a PMO in the organization. Have you seen PMO within the portfolio, right? Within the portfolio, they are supporting each other. Have you seen PMO's project management office?
He's an officer, right?
Project. It is within the. It is like a division, right? It is like a entity within the organization. It's not a company or anything, right? So within the organization, you can have the project management office, right? We are coming to that point also. See now, on top we have strategies, correct? Strategy 1, strategy 2. See now, that is part of the ideas, vision, mission, strategies, and regulation, right? Every organization, they will set vision, correct? Then they have, sorry for vision, then they can have mission, mission, then goal, correct? Objective also, depends on that. I'm just not talking about objectives. Then they will always set critical success factor. Then they will set KPI. Then they will put metrics. This is always the organization will put. Have you seen that? No, this is actually organization is normally putting this vision, mission, goal, objectives, critical success factor, right? And then key performance indicator or KPI, metrics and measurement. So KPI and critical success factor is always based on SMART, right? You might heard about that, right? SMART concept, yeah. Don't forget that. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, right? So this is normally will set. Organization is always set some KPIs. They will measure these KPIs in order to find the performance, right? In the product, in the process, in the people, whatever the case. Yeah. So keep this in your mind. So this is the overall structure of the organization as the entire organization, right? Then you can visualize an organization, upper management. They have the vision, strategies, and below we have the portfolio, PMO, then you have the program, then you have the project and operations. And also if any other projects not part of any of this, then that also be part of the portfolios. So this is like a separate, isolated project because it cannot be connected to any of the project, any of the program, for example. Yeah, right. So this is now program management. portfolio management, and program portfolios. So operations, right? Who is managing the operation? Operation manager, right? So what do you think? Let me ask you one question now. Project and operations. So you're creating the project and operation is also under department. Can you expect some intersect between project and operation? Can you say when it will be having an intersect?
They can intersect once the project is into the final stage. During the handover to operations, there can be a soft go live, there can be a ramp up plan before you hand over 100% over to operations. There can be the hand holding for either the goods or the services during the or at the end of the project completion, when you are handing it over to the
manual, right?
run as BAU for operations.
Operation and manual and standard operating procedure, right?
Correct. SOPs, FAQs, troubleshooting, testing, UATs, everything. Correct.
UAP.
And training, right? Training is important, right? You have to do the training.
Technology transfer.
Yes, technology transfer. That is called a transition, right?
Right.
For this, you need to provide the training, and also sometimes it cannot be like plug and play, right? You need to do some alterations, some sort of data conversions, fine tuning, and everything, right? You cannot expect that everything goes as we planned, right? Some sort of changes.
Also, requirement collection.
Requirement collection. Now that you will do as part of the project. Correct. You should do that. What they need actually, right? That is also part of the stakeholder requirements. Correct. Operational team is also a stakeholder. Yes or no? We are coming to that point. Actually, we have a lot of things to study actually in project management. Yeah.
Right.
Sir, I have one dot. Like transition should come in operation or the project, because like transition is still under like a project.
No, transition is part of the project. So see, so what are the stages in the project management? Analyze. Correct. Then what do you do? Design. Then what do you do? Execute or build, right? You will test. Then what do you do? Deployment plan.
Transfer.
Transfer. See, where do you transfer?
After deployment.
Yes, transfer, right? So this is all part of the project management. Transfer, right? It's part of the project, correct? Maybe you may consider as a phase. Maybe, yeah, it is not. You may consider this as a. Maybe you can consider this is under phase for this, yeah. But that is also, that depends on. Maybe you will completing like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. It's like a phase also. Maybe you can plan for this. Correct. That's up to you. Yeah. Maybe each phase. What you will do is you will considering like in different stages of your project. Correct. That is also part of the project. Correct. See, now can you complete this up to here? A project is completed now. Can you say that up to this a project is completed? No.
It includes transfer.
Yeah. It's part of the project. Correct. It is part of life cycle. I can say that it is part of the project life cycle. The project life cycle cannot be completed until otherwise you do the transfer, right? The transition stage, right? So we can that it cannot be completed a life cycle without having a transfer.
Right. Technology transfer is belongs to project manager's role.
Correct. Project manager role. Yeah, he has to do all these plans, right? He has to collect the requirements. He has to satisfy the requirements, right? It's very
operational manager is a receiver.
Correct. He is the receiver, right? Yeah. Correct. So that time he will be the client. They will be the customer, right?
Right.
Or the end user. We call it as an end user, right?
End user. Right.
Let's see. We are talking about very nicely, right? And project management, program management, portfolio management. It's not so easy until otherwise you have a framework. So see now the responsibilities, for examples, some norms, some policies and procedure, right? If you are not following, what will happen? What will happen? This can maintain the alignment. Yes or no? If you are not managing this without having proper policies, norms, conditions, right? some framework. So always we'll use a framework, right? So many factors included in the framework. So framework. So PMI has introduced a framework that is called organizational project management. See, this is the project management, but the organization to manage all this portfolio, program and project is called organizational project management or OPM. So if you have all this, what do you think your risk can be increased or decreased?
Decreased.
Decreased. So what about the quality?
Increase.
Increase. If you have like this, what do you think regarding the ROI?
Definitely, return on investment will increase, sir.
Increase, yeah, that is important, right? See, that is actually you can minimize the risk and maximize the quality and benefit, right? When the quality increase, the product will have good market, right? In this, right? That is very important. That is the reason organization has to use this organization project management, some sort of, the framework depends on this. Yeah? So that also keep it in mind, the organization project management or OPM. Okay, just now we talk about the components of the project, like project life cycle, correct? So that is what we discuss about the series of phases. Now, just now we discussed, right? What are the phases? Like analysis, design, build, test, and deployment and transfer, right? And go from its start to completion, right? Start to completion, right? What is the start to completion? Starting the project, correct? Starting the project, planning the project, executing the project, monitoring and controlling the project, and finally closing the project, correct? For this has to do certain phases, right? So that is called a project life cycle. Don't forget this project life cycle. So what is a project phase? So what you will do is logically related activities, correct? And you will say that, for example, analysis. So analysis, can you consider this is a project phase? Yes or no?
Yes.
Requirement collection. Can you consider as a project phase? Requirement collection. Can you consider?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it depends on your experience. You can plan this, and also how long it take. You can plan, and what is the name you have to given. That is also you have freedom to give this for the project phase. See, you completed phase 1, requirement collections. For example, right? Requirements collections. So what is next one? You will go to the after, for example, design, for example. Can you go directly to the design without contacting the your higher management or upper management? You are not submitting any report to that management. Can you go directly to the design?
No, sir.
You cannot. So
you
should get some approval from this, correct? Because this is the place you can have this go or no go decision, correct? Very important, go or no go decision. So who is giving the go or no go decision?
A stakeholder.
Yes, the upper management, right? The sponsor or higher management. So what are the case? Yeah, so always the upper management. So this point we call in project management is the project phase gate. Yeah, project phase gate, decision point. Keep that in your mind. Sometimes this is called as a kill point because maybe the project can be killed at this point because decision, right? And if you are not getting a favorable decision, that can be terminated at this stage also, right? Kill point, right? Have you heard about the process in project management? Lot of process. Have you seen that? Heard about that? Many process in the project management. Process, yeah. Project management process. Have you heard about that? Process. What is the meaning of process?
Set of activities
Sequential step
that helps
of
achieve a
activities.
certain goal.
So I can say that it's a predefined actions, right? Predefined action is normally called processes. Yeah. So that is actually, we have many processes in project management. You know how many processes we are talking about here as per the PIM book 6th edition? 49. We are coming to that point. Yeah, 49 process. See now how many process. See now when you all this logical grouping of your input tools, techniques, and output. See all the process contain input tools and techniques. Now you can group those process into particular group. So that is called a process groups. So can you say what are the process groups in project management? Can you guess? You are clubbing all this process. For example, related process, you will group under one category. Some other related process you will categorize into another category. For example, the process which you need to do in the very beginning to start the projects. What do you call it is? You are starting the projects. What do you call? Initiating. Correct. For example, some process which you can club together for the planning. So what do you call for this? Planning process groups. Some process which you need to conduct, which you need to build that your project. So that is called what do you call? That is the executing process. Correct. Process groups. And then monitoring and controlling also some process which you must perform as part of the monitoring and controlling. Correct. And how many process you have to close the project? Only one, right? Only one process. So that is belong to closing the project. Yeah. So similarly, and so we have the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing process groups. So how many process within this process groups? Overall 49 processes. So how many process groups? 5 process groups. How many process? 49. See now, you can take all this process. See now, some process belong to scope. So where do you place this? Scope management. Some process belong to cost. So where do you put for the cost management? Some process belong to quality management. Correct. So here we identified project management as per PMP book 6th edition. We identified some knowledge areas. So you know what are the knowledge areas? Mainly 9 plus 1. This 9 is all the knowledges, and this knowledges need to be integrated to complete your projects. So that is part of the integration management.
Can you repeat this part again, please? This 49 processes, is it defined as per the PMP book?
As per the PMP book, yeah. As per the PMP book. So we have 10 total knowledge areas. Can you guess what are the knowledge areas? For example,
integration.
As I said, for example, as I said, can you say the example if I say that scope? Schedule.
The integration, scope,
quality,
human
resources, communications,
risk,
procurement. Next, last, stakeholder. So how many is there now?
9.
9. So I said you the 10, right?
Yes.
One is one that is very important, and you as a project manager has good role in this. You should have a good knowledge and also have to make it in a better, effective way to manage a project. That means you have to integrate. So what is the meaning of integrate?
Coordinate, collaborate, work together.
Yes. That is very important, because here you are the person to judge yourself, to take the decisions and move forward. That is your playground. That is called integration management. So you have to integrate everything to do the work in a right way, right? So that is called integration management. So you will integrate which is the best process to execute the work, to monitor and control the project. Correct. What is the good things you have to do to control the cost? Correct. That is all we are going to talk about in the knowledge areas. So how many knowledge areas?
10
knowledge areas. So I can write integration at the top, right? So how many knowledge areas? 10 knowledge areas. How many process groups? 5 process groups. How many process?
49.
Just for the time being, understand that, for passing your PMP exams. Yeah, right.
But sir, this comes under predictive project management, right?
Yeah, yes. They're coming to that point also. Yeah, difference between predictive and adaptive, and yeah, it's coming to that point. Right.
I mean, these all process groups and all knowledge areas also used in agile. I mean, in agile method or hybrid. I mean, this is for predictive waterfall project management.
Correct. Correct. We are coming to that point also. For the timing, just understand this concept, and then we can map to which is the right one for the predictive, which is the right one for the adaptive. Yeah? So we are coming to that point also. Right. So we have mixed type of people. Now, some people already have some experience. We also know that project management. Some also we have some junior people also be part of our training. Right. So let's wait for a few minutes, and we can discuss what is the difference between waterfall and what is the difference between agile and hybrid and all these things. Yeah, is that okay?
Okay.
Right. Yes. Now the project life cycle. As I said, you know that feasibility, design, build, test, deploy, and we will finally close this. Right. So this is normally the project life cycle. Right. Then you can plan for the project phase also according to that requirements. See now, as I said you that if this is the case, see now deploy and close. So you are now deploying and delivering this product. See now one product is coming to the market. What will happen? When the product comes to the market. So can you say what is the life cycle of a product when the product comes to the market? What will happen?
Feedback.
People will give feedbacks on it.
See now you are bringing you have some idea. The idea now you done the feasibility study, then you will design that, build it, test it, deploy it, finish. Now you have to bring the product into the market. So what are the stages of a product? Your product, for example. Maybe you are thinking about to start a business for it. In that case. So what is that actually the different stages of a product?
So you asking about the S shape of product, sir? Life cycle?
And simple, like what you should do when you're bringing a product to the market.
So first step will be like in the beginning stage, then it will pick the on top, then again it's go down.
Market research.
Marketing.
Market research, you should done this here, right? And the reason you started this feasibility is part of market, right? Then you have to bring, that is time to market, because see, time to market is very important. You know what is the meaning of time to market? The time you have taken to bring your idea into the market, right? To launch the product. Can you take more time or less? Which is best? Taking shorter time or taking longer time?
It depends upon the strategy actually, like what product and what other things.
Yeah. But see now,
is the time between
competitor may take over the market, right? Better no. If you have an idea, bring it the product and launch the product to the market, right?
Yes.
So that is actually time to market, TTM, time to market. You have to always speed up this, right? Speed to market. This is always, we call it a speed to market.
It's the time between developing the product and making it available for the end user, right?
Correct. Yeah, from time, yeah. From this idea, from idea to launch. So that period of time is called it time to market. Yeah, always shorten that. Right. Yes, I can see that the stability study of the product. Okay, so I will show you that how the life cycle of a product goes. So, if you have a sales here and time graph, right? X and Y, then you are introducing the product to the market. Correct? Yes or no? So you will introduce, you will do the marketing and sales and marketing, right? Advertisement, all this, that is the introduction stage. So after introduction, what will happen? The product will go up. Yes or no? start getting more sales, right? The sales will be increased. You are getting more money, for example, correct? Growth increase. And up to a certain limit, that is maturity also, right? And the product is almost, people are using and getting feedback that we are using this. Maybe you have some understanding that maybe if you're not improving the product functionalities, for example, or bringing another version of the product, and you may lose the market. In this case, what you will do? Do you allow the product to be declined? See now, introduction, growth, maturity, decline stages. Do you want the product to be declined from the market, or you have to take some proactive?
Continuous improvement.
Yes. So before declining the product, you will start already another project to bring now what you call modified product or new product, or maybe you will fix some bugs, right? Version of the product, whatever the case, right? So you will always now started working for a project, right? So now this is a project, another project, correct? That is called a product extension project, correct? So that is actually the life cycle. So what is the life cycle of a product? Introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, right? So this is the product life cycle, right? Project life cycle, already we have seen that. And project management knowledge areas. How many knowledge areas? 10. Already we have seen that, right? And integration management, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholder. And integration, I put it in the center, right? Because as a project manager, you are the person, the project manager need to integrate all this, no? According to that, no? Your experience and your what is called cognitives, your experience, all this will help you know how you can effectively integrate all this to effectively and efficiently manage a project and get the result. Right. So integration part. So what is the meaning of scope management? Scope of the project. What does the scope means?
What is included? What is excluded from the overall project? As an area perspective.
So whenever we talk about the scope, that means it is a project scope, right? And product scope. What is the product scope means? Like functionalities, correct? For example, if it is a construction, and what is it? The scope means the square feet, bedrooms, other amenities, right? And what is the project management? Like, you know, who is the contractor, budget, and quality, for example, risk management, correct? These are all part of the project management. So what is the schedule management? To estimate the time period to complete the project, correct? What is the cost management? How much money, budget you need to complete the project? So what about quality management? What are the quality standards, right? So quality standard means complaints to the requirements, very important, right? And maybe sometimes you have to look at the global standards, right? Local standards, right? International standards, you have to look at that. And complaints to this, for example, some standards, some policies, and also ISO, correct? No, this is all you have to look at that, very important, right? Quality. And resource management, machineries, materials, and people. How many, how much, right? You need, which is the effective communications. What I have to submit the report, right? That is called communication management. When I can conduct the meetings, for example, right? How many meetings and how I can communicate, which is the effective communication, right? So what is risk management? What is the meaning of risk management? As I said, is this, what is the negative risk? What is the positive risk? How I can mitigate? You have to prepare the plan for this. Maybe sometimes you have to have some contingency, additional fund, additional time also to manage your risk. Risk is also like two type of risk. One is what you call, no, which you can identify the risk. Some risk you cannot identify that. Which the risk which you can identify, that you can add some reserve, right? Which the risk which you cannot identify, you add some other contingency also, right? We are going to discuss this in the risk management. Then procurement, what do you need? Maybe you have to bring a contractor from outside to do the work. Maybe sometimes you have to purchase some materials and machineries, right? And that is in the procurement. And in the stakeholder management, we are going to talk about who is the stakeholder and what is their role in the project, how you have to engage with the stakeholder, how you have to identify the requirements, how you can satisfy the stakeholder, right? And completely and effectively you can finish the project with the customer satisfaction. And we talk about 49 process, And so as I said that every process has input. You will use some tools and techniques and you will get an output. The output can be a document or an update. Very important, right? Sometimes you are developing a new document. Sometimes you are updating a document. Sometimes you are developing a deliverables, correct? Some deliverables, correct? Maybe completing some milestones, for example, right? Whatever the case, yeah. So keep that in your mind. So this is all we call it an output. So you can have like many inputs, many tools and techniques, and you will get many output also. This is all together we call a process. Got the point? So this is all together we call a process. Can you tell some process in project management? One process. For example, if you know some process already, one process in project management. I will say that develop a project charter. Develop a project charter. Is it a process? It is a process. Okay. So when you do this, this is a process. So what is the input you need? You may need some input. Can you say that what is the input you need?
The problem statement,
activity,
scope, the boundaries.
Yes. I will tell you a very important point here. One is, I will divide the project into two stages. One is project work. Do you think that organization need to do something before starting the project?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
the name
research.
of that? Yes.
Research.
So that is called pre-project work. Correct. Pre-project work. So I'll divide this into two. Pre-project work. Important point you should yeah. So I will divide this into two. So one is pre-project work and another is project work. So now I am not talking about anything about the project. I am talking about pre-project work. Visualize you are working in the organization. Yeah.
Can we call it as a research work?
Yeah, sort of research. I'm coming to that point. Sort of you are doing. So this is actually we will call. It is you are doing that need assessment. Do we need some projects? What do you call need assessment? So when you do a need assessment, then you will get some idea. Do I need this project? Correct? Maybe the business people are doing this. Correct? Normally, the business organization they will assign this task to business analyst. Have you heard of business analyst? BA. Business analyst. They are good for doing this, right? Need assessment. So when they do the need assessment, you know what will be that input they will get? Sorry, output they get. They will get business case. Have you heard about business case?
Yes.
Business case. So business case, do you think that business case is developed during the project, is part of the project, or is like a pre-project work?
It's a pre-project work, basically.
Project work.
Define why do you really want to do the project in the first case itself.
Correct. So business case is a pre-project work, and this is part of the business documents. Correct? Business documents. So business documents purely related with the business, not project documents. So keep remember the difference between business document and project documents. Correct? Project document is purely related with project. Business document, right? So there are two types of business document. One is business case and there is benefits management plan. Benefit management plan. So what is the meaning of business case? Business case you will develop, which will indicate what the project is needed. You got the point, right? Maybe some risk associated with, and then you will create one more document. Sometimes benefit management plan is part of the business case also. Sometimes it will be a separate document, but altogether we call it is business document. So what is benefit management plan? How, when, and how long it take your project. Now, if it is going to the project, for example, now you are discussing on idea only, right? Or pipeline project, for example, right? We can call it like a pipeline project. So now you're doing some study apart from this need of the project. So you are studying how long it take to get the benefit return, right? And that is called a benefit management plan. Who is the benefit owner? All this. So there are two types of document, business case and benefit management plan. So this is part of the pre-project work, correct? So after completing this document, maybe it is prepared by the business analyst, maybe it is prepared by the business, like a project manager of the same organization, maybe he is doing another project. He will know the sponsor may assign this part-time task to the project manager to complete the business case, for example, right? So once he completes the business case, what is next? It will come to the project.
It comes the idea for us.
Yes. So you now see, you are assigned in the organization. The sponsor called you and said to you that Mr. Abhishek, can you please create the business case, because I have a project. This is like discussion. It's like pipeline. And can you submit the business case? Take like 1 week or 2 weeks, or maybe he'll give you like 3 weeks, for example, right? So now you start understanding this. Now, what is the need of the project? What is the risk associated with, and who maybe some of the stakeholder, right? And what will be the risk? What will be the organization strategy? If this project is going to align with this, for example, what is the benefit? Is it project will give some benefit? So you'll study the risk. If the risk is lower than that benefit, then you may say that okay, you will get some benefit also. And who is going to get the risk? The risk benefit owner. So certain things you will do and submit the report. Now the business case is ready. Now what you will do? You will submit this report to the sponsor or upper management. For what purpose?
To get the approval.
To take the decision, no or no go decision, right? And management, now this is understand that this project, if you are converting this into a project, it has high risk, so they rejected it. So what do you think? Go on, tell us. Yeah, so no more. For in other situation, maybe the management reviewed, understand this is a good project, we must take, even if it has a high risk, we are going to take, because if it is going to succeed, we get an opportunity, for example, right? So in this case, now they approved it. Go ahead. So what is next? It will come here in the project work. So you know what they will do first? They will create a project charter. Project. They will create a project charter.
So again, we need to create the project charter, because we already did in pre-project work.
So this is the business case only. This is very minimal document. Now you are expanding this business case. So that means business case is an input. And you are developing the first document in the project, that is called project charter. In the project charter, you will highlight all the high-level information about the project. So that will be your static document, and which need to be approved by the sponsor, where you can should mention who is the project manager, what is his responsibilities and authority, and it should be signed and approved, right? By the
so in project work, we do again, there's a project charter. So for that also we require the approval.
Yes, yes. So now see, here only you started the project work. Business case is not a project document. Your project document start when you complete the project charter. Yeah. Got the point, yeah?
Got it, sir. So format is
Business-
same or different? That would be same or different?
It's different. It is different.
Okay,
Business
sir, got it.
details.
Now
yeah?
my dot is clear. Thank you.
Yeah, I got the point. Yeah. So business case is an input to develop project chart. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is now project work. So I will ask you one question. So this will be the initiating. So in the planning stage, so the project charter will help you to develop another document. Can you guess what will be the document?
Project starter will define all the aspects of the project.
Project charter will be an input to develop another document in the planning process group.
Scope.
Yeah.
Won't the scope be a part of project charter itself?
Scope, no. Scope, you have high level project charter. See, here everything you are going to detailed where? You are going to detail in where? You are going to detail in planning. Yes or no?
So goal statement or maybe like project objective.
Yes. So that means you will have scope, you have schedule, you have the quality, everything. That everything you will integrate it in a master plan. What is the master plan called? The master plan is called your project management plan. You got the point? So project charter is an input to develop project management plan. So keep this in your mind. You may get some questions based on this for your PMP exam. See, business case is an input to develop project charter. Project charter is an input to develop your project management plan. So see, project charter is high level information. That information is going to be detailed in project management plan with the help of or with the input of project charter. Clear? The concept
Yes,
is clear?
sir.
Right.
Sorry, project management plan is created by the project manager.
Correct. So he needs this project charter as an input. Also, he can take the business case, but this is the main input, right? Project charter is because this document is prepared by who? Who is going to prepare? We are going to discuss this in project charter. Yeah, we have another session for this project charter, so we'll discuss in detail. Right? So you may have many questions regarding the project charter, right? We are going to clear this in the other sessions. We have many sessions for this, right? Right. So this is now executing process, everything we've done. So this is the process chart. Yeah. So if you go to PMBOK 6th edition, PMBOK 6th edition, page number 25, there you can have the process chart like this. Yeah. So please take a printout and keep with you in the office and in your car also, in your house also, you can keep one copy. Yeah. Probably it's like a better to have this in the A3 size. Yeah. So you can have a bigger size. Right. So this is what you can see in the process. So you can see here many, like, that is the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, closing, and down you have knowledge areas. In the downside, see knowledge areas, integration management, scopes, schedule, and cost. It goes like that. Yeah. Right. Yes.
Sir, I have PMBOK 6, but in page number 25, I can't see that.
Book 5th, 25, right? Page number 25.
Yeah, page 25, sir.
Maybe that is some modified versions. Anyway, we are going to, you can download from state portal. Yeah.
Okay, so no problem.
Download. We are going to share the drive, shared drive. Then you can download the presentation. Whatever this related documents, you can download from that. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So why there is a different thing, project charter and project plan? I know project plan is more detailed and yeah. So what will project charter include then? It will just be the basics?
Just basic, high level information. Yeah. Because you have to submit this to the management part of the project to get the approval, because project manager authority, what is the high level information about scope, schedule, and also you will identify the key stakeholder. Correct? Because you need some basic document. Do you think that the business case can be considered as your first document in the project? No. Business case is for the feasibility study, whether the project can be undertaken or no. Correct? Only feasibility study I can.
Yes.
You got the point, yeah? Feasibility study is not like even high level information, right? Very brief.
So again, to follow up my question, why there are two things? So the project charter will go So you mean to say that the upper level management or the decision maker will only look at the project charter and they'll not look at the project plan?
See, the project charter is not explain how you can define the scope, how you can execute the project, which tool you have to use, how many people you need, what quality you need. You got the point, right? How to communicate. This is all you can project management plan.
So basically project charter is what and project plan is how.
Plan is the detailed one. Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please try this question.
Hello, sir.
Project charter will help us.
Different stages, right? The stages. Yes. I will say that this is different stages. Yeah. That maybe the process groups, for example. If I are replacing with process groups, what do you think? I'll change this with the process group. What are they in that case? What are the process groups?
With the activity matrix?
No, process groups, 5 process groups, right?
Initiating, planning.
Initiating, I will write like this: initiating, planning,
executing,
monitoring and controlling, and closing. Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, see, this monitoring and controlling is actually for the executing and for the planning, right? Mainly, right? You understand that, no? Because this is actually we can put that initiating, planning, executing, and closing, and monitoring and controlling. I will write here, right? Because this is now can use for here, and also we can use for here, right? This is actually it's good for while planning you need to have the monitoring and controlling, while executing you need to have this monitoring and controlling, because if you feel that for something need to be controlled manner, while planning you have to control, while executing you some of the deviation happen, then you have to control it, right? You have to bring back to the pre-disaster condition, right? Number 2.
Analyze, design, test, and transitions.
Right, clear. You got the point, right? Yeah. Maybe some people different, but it's okay. Yeah. We are talking about some generic life cycle, right?
Yeah.
Build, test, then deploy, then deliver and close. Correct.
Exactly.
Life cycle. So what about this one?
Didn't get the answer for the first question again. How do you manage a project through the different stages?
Initiating. First you will start up, right? Initiating. After that, what you will do? First you will start up, then you will plan. Then afterward, next executing. Correct. But we need to have that monitoring and controlling. Then what we have? Last closing. Correct.
Okay, but the question is asking, how do you manage through those stages? These are the actual stages. How do you manage through those stages? This is how the question is written.
Now, how do you manage a project via different stages? Yeah. So if you want to explain, then we can explain that. No? Initiating, planning, how do you manage this? Yeah. That is actually the question.
Okay, so fine, I get it now.
It makes sense, yeah. But only for a MCQ only, right? Not for that explanation. Actually, we are expecting, right? But if you want to explain, we can explain what we will do in that initiating, what we do in that planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing also. Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I get it now. Thank you.
Right. So now this is done. This is done. And what about here? Number 3.
Introduction, growth,
maturity, and decline.
Introduction, growth, maturity, and decline.
You understand that? and you know the importance of that is intersection between product, correct? Operation, project, yeah, you have idea. What about number 4?
These are the 10 knowledge areas.
Yes. Yeah.
Integration.
Can you try?
Integration management, cost management, stakeholder management, risk management.
Now, I will tell you one easy thing. See, in project, we can learn now itself, what are the knowledge areas. See, whenever integration you forget about, because there's a project manager always think about integrate, right? So that is the top. Forget about that. But what is the remaining 9 knowledge? It's very important project manager, right? So what is the first thing you should remember when we talk about a project? Scope.
Scope.
You have no scope, how to start, right? Scope. Your objective, right? Scope of the project. Correct. So what is next? Next. You need to know how long the duration. This time. So what is next? Very important. This 3 is very important. You know why this 3 is important? Because we'll talk about a triple constraints. You know triple constraint in a project?
Cost, quality, and time.
Time, because scope increase, schedule increase, and cost increase. This is all proportional, right? So very important. This is constraints, right? Somebody is saying that, my dear friend, you should finish the project on November 10th. So what is the constraint here?
Time.
Time is the constraint. And maybe some organizers said, no, we cannot have much funds. So we have only 1.5 million.
That's
it. Cost. Maximum with this 1.5 million. So what is the constraint here?
Cost.
Cost, right? So with this cost, maybe the project manager has to cut short some of this requirement, which may not have much business value. Also, he can plan accordingly, right? So what are the case? So that is the reason we always represent like this. No, this is the triple constraints. Yeah, otherwise iron triangle. This is called. This is scope, this schedule, and this is cost. And see, very important thing in between. Cannot compromise that. What do you think that one? We cannot compromise that.
Quality.
Quality.
Because you have to think about that is environment, health, policies, procedure, international standards,
safety.
Yeah, so that is quality. You cannot compromise, correct? Quality increase, cost may increase, schedule may increase, correct? Very important, right? So now here it's coming. After cost, what do you have?
Quality.
Quality. See now this quality. After quality, then what you can include? Resources. How you are communicating with this resources? Yes or no? So communications. Now, what is missing now? Very important. Before going anything, you have to understand about the risk factor. So that is the risk. Yes, this is all done. Then what you can do? Maybe sometimes you need to go for a
procurement.
Correct. And not last.
Integration.
Last is not least. Not last. What is that?
Stakeholders.
Stakeholder. Yes, stakeholder, right? I don't have the space here to write. Okay. So I'll write here stakeholder. Now, how many is completed now? 9. 9. And you know that integration is the important, no? The which the project manager need to exercise. Integration, right? See, this is the 10 knowledge areas. And see, here is important scopes, cost. So this is what we have to have a baseline. You know, baselines, we are going to study this also. We have to have a baseline for the project. So that is called scope baseline, schedule baseline, and your cost baseline. You know the importance of creating the baseline for the project. Why you are creating the baseline? Scope, schedule, and cost, because it's a constraint for your project. So what do you think? You need to have the baseline for scope, schedule, and cost.
to make sure that we are not overshooting any of these, like the budget or time.
Yes, yes, yes. Because can you decrease the scope while executing the project?
No.
Can you increase the scope? So do you think that after some times how the project is performing, you need to have some benchmarking, correct? So what you planned? So that means during the planning, you will baseline scope. That means this much is the scope. This much is period of time, for example, 1 year. And maybe some different task. That task also you will do some what is called critical path analysis. And you have that this much task can be completed within this period of time. Then this is the cost. So you'll prepare all these baselines. And later stage while executing this project, you can take these baselines and do the comparison between actual and plan. Then you will see the weightage. The reason we need to always create the baseline. Normally we call it as scope, schedule, and cost. In some organization, in some project management, quality is also there. But as per the PIM book and PMI standards, we didn't include quality for the baseline. Only we have 3 baseline, that is called scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. When you integrate all this, then you have the integrated baseline also. Yeah? Clear all this? Yes. Anybody can you tell that the knowledge areas again? Can anyone initiate and tell? Who is going to talk this regarding that knowledge areas in project management?
Project integration management.
Yes.
Schedule.
Integration scope,
Quality, resources,
scope,
communication,
cost, communication,
factor,
risk, procurement,
and the
stakeholders.
stakeholders.
Okay. Then, and I think if you have any doubt, any questions, please you can ask now. Open. Yes.
So do we need to study all 20 pages for exam?
Yeah. You need to study, right?
Information,
really
right? Big,
yeah, it's really PMB is very big. Yeah. So don't lose your commitment and motivation. It's very important. But actually, if you understand the concept, it's going to be very easy, right? It's a piece of tech. Yeah.
So do we need to mug like by heart all these things, or the concept is enough, sir?
Concept is enough. Because
then fine, sir. Otherwise, 750 pages.
You cannot memorize, right? But at least some points you should, right? It's part of the study, right?
Definitely, sir. That's some point definitely that for our future reference and all that we need to do.
It's an open book exam anyway, right?
No, it is closed book exam.
Closed book, okay.
Cannot open. There is you see, there is some what is called security checkup before starting the exam, and also there will be camera open. If you are taking the online exam, the web camera will be opened and it will be monitored also. And if any distractions, you will receive a call.
So do we need to go in center, sir, or we can write exam from our home also?
Yes. So the center name is called Pearson. Have you heard about that? Pearson.
Yeah. Pearson, that's book 1, sir.
It's available in all countries. Some selected, all the states available.
But we can sit for the exam online, right?
Online also we can. Online is proctored online. Proctored. We call it proctored online. Yeah.
And they both have the same value in terms of the certification.
Same. Nothing is. There is no difference like online or Pearson. End of the day, if you get this, that actually you have 3 type of above target and below target. You can be part. Maybe some people will get target. Some people get, if you perform well, you'll get like a above target. So nothing mentioned in the certificate. It's all same. Only that once you pass the PMP, that's all enough. You will get the certificate issued. Project management professional PMP. PMI.
So after we receive this certificate, the 35 PDUs, will you also be assisting us in applying it if we require some assistance? Because I think it will be required for us to might be upload this certificate onto PMI website, right?
Again, the question is not clear.
If you will you also be assisting us in if you want to appear for the PMP examination, will you help us upload this PDU certificate that we will receive post?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
in this. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely after that, this our training.
Yeah.
And you can contact us to complete your application process. We'll support you.
Great. Thank you.
To submit your application in a way that how to write your experiences, what the documents need to upload, and because it's very important to review some experts, right? Because it should go through that the process and get it approved. And before going for this, for example, sometimes it go for the audit. So we can avoid that if you look at that in a way that it will go through that. Yeah, so that we can. We'll give all the support. Our objective is you should pass the PMP exam. That is our main concern.
So for the PMI, every 3 months, do we need to write again exams, sir? Because it's too costly, right? And every 3 years, right? Continuing exams is it's like again doing a study and all.
No. See, once you pass the exam, that is forever. No need to take exam anymore. Only thing is to renew 60 PDUs. Yeah. How do you get the 60 PDUs? For example, within this 3-year period of time, you may attend many seminar and conferences, right? PMI is conducting so many seminar, right? You can attend while attending this seminar, and you can convert those into PDUs. You got the point?
Yes, sir. So we can show our organization some project also, like we did that. If we get the certificate from the HR and our training department.
Not sometimes it's okay. Otherwise, see so many online seminar, and also you may take another training also. For example, within this 3-year period,
then fine,
right? That also can be converted into PDUs. I think I
got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Right?
Yeah.
So I have a small doubt regarding a certification. Earlier you mentioned that we require 3 years experience. Is it only for project manager or any other thing? Because I am not working as a designation project manager. I am just working as a QC inspector, but I am working from last 3 years in a single project. So
possible. That is possible. Because you are working in the project, right?
Yes, sir.
You are working in the project with some roles, right?
Yes, sir, some roles.
Yeah, 3 years. If you have the 3 years, that is possible.
Yes, sir, all the 3 years. I have completed just 3 years from last month.
Yeah. You completed.
I'm eligible for. Right? Yes, sir, I have completed.
So you can. We will help you to to translate your experiences in that. So we can. Because once you submit the application, it takes 5 days from the PMI side to send the approval, right? It takes 5 days, whether it is approved or rejected. Maybe sometimes they will put it in audit.
Okay. Because I am not working as a project manager or anything. I'm just working as a QC inspector. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, we can try. That is actually, there is, from your talking, and I can understand that your experience is very close to that, the project management experience, because you are involved in that.
Actually, as for my department is very, very small. I'm working as a QC inspector for Indian Navy. Yeah, so we have a very small department. We are constructing some two new vessels for Navy. So we need to be work not as only QC inspector, but as a project monitor. We have done all the work in related to project.
I think it's very close to you. Around 80% now. I can see that your application will be approved.
Okay. Thank you.
When we are eligible to write the exam after 12 days.
After completing the training, that means you are eligible to apply for the exam, right? You got the point. Now, thing is, you have to study, you have to check with your simulation exams, how many percent, because you don't want to lose the money, correct? Instead of just do some effort, right? Practice is important.
Right.
See, practice, because it's like a psychometric exams. You don't need to by heart anything, because you just understand the concept. How you're going to apply the concept into the situational questions. For example, your one question is like that. A project manager is joined in the organizations, and sponsor you to estimate that project budget. How he will estimate the project? Something like this. Give some situations. Yeah. So how he can estimate, when he has to estimate, what the documents he need to estimate, something like that. Yeah. Always based on a situation questions.
For completion of all sessions, how much time it will take, sir? 12 days or anything else?
12 days. 12 days will come.
12 days. What is the pass mark, sir?
It's approximately like 62%, I can say.
62.
Yeah.
So where can we get that mock test?
Once you complete this training,
okay,
you just understand this concept a little bit, 1 or 2 days, take 1 or 2 days, then we can send an email or contact us. We'll send you the link where you can take the exam.
Actually, what I thought, if you have that mock test, we can decide that where we need to concentrate on which topic is important.
Now, if you take the exam, see, now you learned only first class. Because the mock exam is based on complete, no?
Okay.
The knowledge areas and based on our complete syllabus. If you take that, you don't understand anything actually. You got to. So I prefer you to take the exams only after this 12 days.
Okay, no problem.
You got the
Thank
point.
You. Got it. Thank you.
Otherwise, will not give any value to this, because unless you are spending like 4 hours and you can attend only like probably like 10%.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Doesn't make any, yeah. So wait for 2 weeks period of time. Yeah.
I have a question also regarding the training on Fridays. Fridays is very difficult for us here because we have a week off, and most of the Fridays I have to be outside. So I don't know if we can maybe shift it to Saturday instead. Is that okay with everyone? Maybe with you, sir?
Saturday actually.
Sorry, so Saturday I have other classes.
Everybody will have their challenges, so I think it is recommended that we can go to the recorded sessions. Let's not make it a user-specific requirements. Sorry, but I think if
weekend, even I'm not okay with having it on the weekend.
Sorry.
Let's stick to the schedule which is shared right now, because Saturday, Sunday is not even I'm not supporting. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why I said, so let's stick to the schedule. I'm sorry for the folks who are not able to join on a specific day. Understandable, but I think we have the facility for going through the recorded sessions. So we can actually go through that for in case we are not able to attend any of those classes.
Okay.
Same now, I can
I'm
understand.
sorry, ma'am, but I'm also
sure.
a participant here.
It's just that weekend is different in different regions. Like I don't know who said that it's Sunday, Saturday is a weekend over there, but it's here.
Yeah,
it's Friday and Saturday also is weekend here. So that is why I was hoping maybe you can shift it, but that's okay. Fine. I'll stick to the recordings. That's okay.
Sorry, ma'am, that was me who said that. But I'm just sharing this because I guess we have 45 odd folks, and I'm sure everyone will have their personal appointments on one of the other days. So
yeah, absolutely, that's okay. That's why I just asked to see if everyone is okay with it. No problem.
Sure. Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's all done, like you can check with the academic counselor and you can discuss. Yeah, it's not from my side.
True.
So if anything like delaying or that's all, you just it is not in my hand. You can discuss with our academic,
That's okay.
Anything related with this, we can discuss. Any questions? If no questions, we can wind up for today. And good night and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.